Hey, what's up guys? Diplex here again. Welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy at War. Today we're on Umbara, and I've got a pretty cool battle lined up for us. We are going to be witnessing a battle here between a company from a clone legion holding up along this sort of forest path here on Umbara. There's some really weird trees and plants on this planet. Really tentacle looking fellas. Sticking up into the air with some red spires, looking pretty cool. As I said, we've got about 120 clones lined up here along the their own fortifications. As I said, this is a supply company. It's not, I mean, they are obviously fit for fight, but a lot of them will have the carbine instead of the longer rifled version of the DC-15, I believe. That shouldn't really have too much of an impact, but it shows that these guys are more of a supply company, maintenance and stuff like that. They don't really have any special insignias on their uniforms. It's pretty cool. And they are trapped here behind this cover. They're pushed up towards sort of a hill and some really weird terrain that's going to be hard to get out of. So they're actually awaiting reinforcements right now. The clones are fighting the droids here on Umbara. Alright guys, without further ado, I think it's time to start the battle. I have a little surprise for you guys, but I think a lot of you have probably already figured out what it is. But yes, I'm not going to say it for those who haven't, but hopefully it'll be a pleasant surprise. It's going to be a feature that I have showcased before that I haven't really utilized yet in a battle, so that should be cool. There's going to be like 300 droids or something like that marching on these positions now. So we're going to click start and we're going to see if this company can hold them off long enough until relieved. So without further ado, let's click start and let's enjoy the battle. So I think what we can do first is kind of just let the firefight start, and we'll look at some of the sections here and how they're faring against the incoming droids. There are hundreds and hundreds, and this supply company or engineer company or whatever you want to call them, like a rear company, you know, reserve. Lots of the smaller handheld carbine here as well, distributed throughout the ranks. And yes, the battle is on, as you can probably already tell. So far, the cover down here is proving to be great. These supply boxes and crates make for great cover. It's very handy. Luckily, they had so many. They're obviously close to their base, but they're setting up their defense outside the forward operating base here on the clone side of things. It's a Republic base. It's not too far away from here, but they're not going to bring the fight to the base. They're going to try and hold off the droids further away from it to reduce casualties and overall damage to the base further back. I'm seeing that the droids are starting to deal some casualties to the clones. The middle section's holding up pretty well. We've got some more clone casualties here on the side. But yeah, and overall the defenses are holding up quite nicely. But the droids are spread out throughout the entire flank. I'm going to call in a bit of a surprise, guys, that I have been just eagerly waiting for a while now. You hear that sound? Oh, yes. Ooh, almost hit that spire. Or whatever it is, the tip of the tentacle. They look like tentacles. It's really weird. But that's right, we've got an LAAT coming in. It is not the only thing that I'm deploying here today, but we are taking some fire. That was to be expected. I'm trying to get a good judgment here of the distances. We're going to hover there, and we're going to stay there for a while. And I'm going to grab... we should have more back here. Hello? Yes, I can only do one at a time, unfortunately. Because these are quite hard to control, especially when you're getting like 8 frames a second. It gets even worse, trust me, guys. Let's see if we can strafe these guys on our way down there. Yes, that's awesome. And I'm getting a new computer, by the way, so we should be getting better frames. I mean, my current computer ain't exactly bad, but it's 4 years old, so when I bought it, it was the top of the line stuff. Nothing better out there. That'll have to do. Okay, we're gonna begin by deploying these companies. I know it's a bit of a far jump from from the second one there that's hovering quite far above the ground. But these guys are clone elite soldiers from the 212th Attack Battalion. They know what to do to droids. So we're going to give them an attack marker down there. And these are like the only clones that I'll actually control in today's battle. So I thought that'd be really cool to send in some reinforcements. And then we have one more whole wave of droids to call in too, which is going to be the final dropship, and I might actually unload them elsewhere. So now we're making use of the hovering ability, which we have never done before, and I think it's really cool. Our droids are coming in back here. All right, boys, I think it's time we I'm gonna take off again. I'm gonna fire some rockets at the droids below. Oh, whoa. That was close to our friendly lines. Watch your fire, watch your fire. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust it. That was really cool, though. Okay, we're gonna take this one. Fly it far back here so that it doesn't really disturb the battle too much. We're gonna give this one a go out of here. We're gonna take it off the hovering ability. Whoa, lost quite a lot of altitude there. Turn on the rockets. Yeah, as I said, it's a little tricky controlling these things, especially when you get in bad frames, but what the hell, you know? It's a pretty good strafe. I think we knocked out quite a lot of droids back there. We're gonna hover here. We're gonna swap our weapons. And we're gonna target freely. Target freely. We're just engaging all targets on the ground. Wherever I see like blaster fire from their side, I'm just shooting up. Cool. And we're gonna take it off the hovering. We're gonna enable the rockets. And we're gonna go off again here. Nice. Nice little strafe run. Battle is still raging on quite heavily, and the droids are getting closer. We're reloading the rockets. Getting way better frames now, thankfully. We have one more LAAT to call in, loaded with troops from the 212th. So, of course, we are going to do so. Call it in. And I really like the rockets. They're hard to control. I'll give them that. But man, they're fun. And I don't know where the other one has gone. I mean, it's back here. It really is. Trust me. There we go. Nope. That's another one. I had the one selected. There we go. Here we go. Whoa, that's close. Coming in quite low there, boys. Right side seems to be pretty cluttered with droids. Something we can try and change with a few rockets. It's really hard to get accurate shots in, though, because of the trees and stuff. Terrain is quite hard to maneuver around. Oh, there's a big formation over there. Good targets, good targets. We knocked them all out. A few hours later, and the droid attack is still continuing. The remaining squad here of the 212th Attack Battalion decided to land on the hill behind the clone defenses, and they're going to unload the batch of soldiers that it was carrying. Unfortunately, one of the LAATs went down during the fight. One decided to pull back to a nearby cruiser and rearm, possibly also fill up with more soldiers. The droids are still coming, and we need to try and fill the gaps here with some of the troopers that we have at our disposal. We're going to see exactly where we can move up. We're going to move up to the right here, and we're going to let a lot of soldiers just roam freely. I think that'll be the best. So it's night. The night falls quickly here. It's sunny and daylight 1 hour, and then the next is just pitch black. And we've got casualties spread throughout the lines. Lots of wounded soldiers that are glad to at least have some elite 212th troopers with them, fighting the ranks of the droids. We're gonna cover around the ship, see if we can perhaps get better positions here on the right flank. These would be excellent, perfect cover here behind the boxed cover. All we need to do is to kind of just stop this final attack. The droids will not continue coming at us. They've come at us all day. We brought in about a platoon from the 212th. Managed to hold them back for a while. Lost 2 AATs. Actually, we only lost 1. Are these guys heading out? That'd be cool. Kind of like on a hit mission. To try and take them out while they're still outside there in the forest. We'll put them all back here, and we'll see how they can do behind cover. It's a windy night. Troops are still coming in, but I don't think the droids are going to push too much further. Pilots and the gun crew in this thing are still active. The crew in the LAAT decided to take off despite the dangers of being shot down, like one of their friendly LAATs were just previously during this firefight. They still have some rockets, fuel, and ammunition in it, so they're going to head out and they're going to try and help the remaining soldiers from the supply company and, of course, their own 212th squad down on the ground that they decided to disembark safely there and get to the lines. So, rockets away. We're going to just shoot as many as we can here at the droids down below. We're going to look for some muzzle flashes and groups of droids, and then just fire away everything we've got and try and take out as many as possible. Look at that black smoke. There's a big concentration here, close to the actual lines. We're flying over one right now, so they're in there in the midst. Oh, we're going down. Oh no, the second LAAT went down as well as it tried to support the clones on the ground. That's 2 LAATs down. I think we went too close to the jungle roof. It's extremely hard to maneuver here. Extremely deadly. I mean, the fact that we can even unload 2 squads back here was quite the miracle, almost, to say the least. But at least the majority of the troopers and soldiers on board were disembarked previously. They're still alive. They're going to continue the fight down here. I think we've taken the edge of the actual assault. With the expertise of the 212th soldiers on the ground, they're going to lead an assault out of here. They're going to take these soldiers out, and they're going to actually counterattack on one of the flanks, while the rest are holding it down and towards the center. With enough firepower, they should be able to break down the droids where they are and surround them and kill them, and then swing around the flank. I think that would be the best way to actually come out of this scenario alive. Would be to just search and destroy. Lots of grenades are being thrown back and forth. Deadly results, but the droids are being destroyed. And that is the sole goal of this little adventure with this squad. They're going to move out still. On the far left flank, these guys have not been hit up too badly by the droid attacks. They're going to move out. They see the droids in front of them. they're going to head out. They're in cover. They're in safety. But to win this is to gain liberty from the oppressors and the besiegers. So we're going to move out. It's a bold move. And it could go terribly wrong. But as I said, with the morale and the expertise of the 212th that did survive the horrific crash landings, they will try and push out the droids. The best defense is an attack. That is quite commonly known in the world of warfare. So, we're going to actually counterattack. I never saw myself doing this, but we are. Hell yeah. Let's bring up some troops through the center. We got support from the 212th. This night turned into a rather fierce one. And the droids are on the run. Here come more clones into the fray. A sergeant of the 212th is giving out swift orders here to the remaining clones on the ground. Sergeant, get back! Ugh. He's shot in the back. But his actions this day will not be forgotten. The members of the supply company will be safely evacuated once the droids have been put to a distance. And right now, during this night, that is what they're going to achieve. They will have destroyed the primary attack of the droids tonight. It's a fierce firefight, but the droids were taken by surprise by this counterattack. Nothing that the supply company would have initiated themselves. Overall, pretty sustainable, pretty big losses on both sides. The droids lost a whole lot of droids, but obviously the clones took more losses when it came to strategic value. There are 2 LAATs who were shot down. Will not be forgotten. The crew, one entire crew died on board. All the soldiers died on ground fighting. Well, all the ones who died on ground fighting, but all the crews of those two died in both crashes. So there was no surviving in that. Quite horrific. And there are probably a good 30, 40 other clones, probably more up towards 50, half of the company, that were killed as well. But the defense was successful. It's time to pack this up and move back. I hope you guys enjoyed this cool little supply defense here and this little storyline that I made up. Definitely not super lore friendly because I don't read into too much of that. I just hope that you guys had an enjoyable experience today. So see you guys soon again, and until next time, you guys enjoy. Bye.